Now we jump into another interesting round, which is called the List It, right? So I have my colleague Vaishnavi, who will conduct that round for all of you.
Good morning, everyone. So the teams have gone through the listed format in the regional rounds, but just for the benefit of the audience, let me just quickly explain the rules. So you have 8 questions, and each question is directed to the particular team, and it does not pass. You have a grid with 9 options, out of which 6 are correct. And we go clockwise, starting with team 1. For every correct answer, they get 5 points. And in case they guess a wrong answer, whatever points that they have earned in this round comes down to 0. So you will see a lot of drama in this particular round. And at any point in time, if the team feels, okay, we want to play it safe, we don't want to take a risk, they can choose to stop there. Okay? So team 1, before we start, here's a sample. So audience, this is for you. And you also have a timer that goes on. So which among these are the fundamental duties under the Constitution? Yes, can we have some response? Respect the national flag. Let's see if that's a part of the fundamental duties. That's correct. So 1 down, we have 5 more. Promote equal pay for equal work. That is not. Compassion for living creatures. That is correct. Follow noble ideals which inspired struggle for independence. That is correct. Promote a uniform civil code. Clearly not. So we have 1 second and time up. India's composite culture. So let's see if that is the correct answer. That is correct. So you have 4. 2 more. Spirit. Develop a spirit of inquiry and develop humanism. So those were the correct answers. So audience, please do not shout out the answer. Let's be fair and let's give the teams a chance. With that, we start for team 1. Team 1, are you ready? Here's your question.
Argumentative Indian.
Argumentative Indian.
Idea of justice.
The idea of justice.
Development is freedom.
Development as freedom, where he talks about opportunities, freedom of opportunities and going against poverty. You still have 42 seconds. You've got 3 of them correct. You have 15 points in your account. So which of these are books written by Nobel laureate?
Inequality Re-Examined.
Inequality Re-Examined.
Identity and Violence.
Identity and Violence. Whoa, they're on a roll.
And Mismeasuring Our Lives.
Mismeasuring Our Lives.
No.
Okay, that turned out to be good. With 10 seconds, they managed to get all of them correct. That deserves a huge round of applause. So they were on a roll and they get all of them correct. Moving on to team IIT Kharagpur. So wait for the timer, please. Treaties that India hasn't signed or ratified. Your 60 seconds, start. Think twice.
Refugee Convention.
Refugee Convention. Okay, so the game ends then and there. So audience, Convention Against Torture. Antarctic Treaty is what they say here. Outer Space Treaty. Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty. So well, you know the correct answers now. The Paris Agreement, which is about climate change, and the Genocide Convention, the Convention on Psychotropic Substances, Partial Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. So that was the second question on listed. Don't worry, IIT Kharagpur, you have many more rounds to go. So Ramjas College is bracing themselves with the third one. So Ramjas College, are you ready? Yes? Okay, all the best. Here is your listed products that have geographical indication tag.
Mysore Park.
Mysore Park. Interestingly, that was a trap. So yes, audience, Kolhapuri Chappal, Darjeeling tea, which was the first product to get the GI tag. Tirupati Laddu has a GI tag. Bhagalpur silk from Bihar. Meerut scissors is what he says. That is true. He says Kashmir saffron. Let's see. Clearly not. Himachali apples. Mahabaleshwar strawberries have a GI tag. It's a bit tricky, but GI tags are, as we know, that bring about a lot more fame to these places and the products. Let's go to NLSIU. Question number 4 for you guys. All the best. Directive principles of state policy. And here's your timer. They seem confident. Audience, so you can start. You have 50 seconds.
Maternity relief,
Maternity relief, provisions for maternity relief.
UCC,
Uniform Civil Code. They've got 2 of them correct. 35 seconds. And you have 4 more to crack. Audience, let's give them a fair chance. 20 seconds. Have intense arguments amongst themselves. You have 12 seconds. You need to be quick. 7 seconds. And they want to play it safe with 10 points in their account. So audience, promotion of international peace? Yes, let's see. That is the correct answer. Legal aid, free legal aid, yes. That is something that's the responsibility of the government. Protection of monuments of national importance. Good going, audience. Promotion of heritage and culture is what this side of the auditorium says. Not the answer. Organization of panchayats is the right answer. So those were the elements of directive principles of state policy, and NLSIU team 2 has 10 points in their account playing safe. Here's the next one for BITS Pilani team 2. All the very best. Here is your listed on the screen. Special status states. Quite alliterative.
Nagaland,
Nagaland, they seem confident about it. Good start. Well begun.
Meghalaya,
Meghalaya. You have 36 seconds. Think about it. According to section 371 of the Constitution, which of these states have special status? 15 seconds. They would like to play it safe and get 10 points into their kitty. So audience, Tripura. Let's see Tripura. Mizoram from the back is the answer. That is correct. Assam. Jharkhand is incorrect. Uttarakhand is what they say. That is the right answer. With that, let's go to CLCDU. All the very best. Here is your listed on the screen now. Committees of the Constituent Assembly. And your timer starts.
So, drafting committee.
Drafting committee, the obvious one, headed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Each of these committees had a very crucial role in the forming of the Constitution.
States committee.
States Committee, that is correct. It was headed by Jawaharlal Nehru. You have 10 points in your kitty.
We'll quit it.
They quit it. They want to play it safe. 10 points to CLC Delhi University. Audience, Steering Committee, that is correct. That was headed by Dr. Rajendra Prasad to set agendas and priorities. Princely States Committee is incorrect. Rules of Procedure Committee, that is correct. So we've got 4 of them correct. We need 2 more. Union Constitution Committee is what someone said from there. That is correct. Government emoluments. So we clearly need to know a lot more about the Constituent Assembly, the committees. With that, let's move on to NUJS. Here is your listed on screen now. Banks nationalized by Indira Gandhi. Recently, the banks have been in news, but which of these banks were nationalized by Indira Gandhi? You have 42 seconds.
Imperial Bank of India.
Imperial Bank of India. Oh, hey, that was unexpected. Yes, let's move on to the audience. Bank of Travancore. Canara Bank is what he says. That is correct. Vijaya Bank. That is true. Corporation Bank. Good roll, audience. We have 3 more to go. Bank of Maharashtra, Bank of Baroda, Syndicate Bank is the correct answer. This is for BITS Pilani Team 1. Countries whose constitutions were drafted by foreigners.
Myanmar,
Myanmar. Let's start.
Indonesia,
Indonesia, taking a guess. And the 5 points that they had comes down to 0. Audience, Uganda. That is correct. Japan. South Africa. That is wrong. Kenya is correct. We need 2 more to complete the listed. Zimbabwe is what she says. Nigeria. So those were some of the countries whose constitutions were drafted by foreigners. And unfortunately, Team 8 gets 0 points. So audience questions. We have some interesting audience prizes as well. So the following have been the supposed inspiration for what recent pop culture phenomena? Yes? But can you be a little more specific? A former gangster. Sacred Games. That is the correct answer. And you win yourself an audience prize. So that is Arun Gavli, who is a politician and former gangster. And you can also see a reference to the partition of India in the latest episode. And who's the person on the right? And how is he connected, like how Guruji character is supposedly inspired by Osho. So that is Sacred Games, which has been buzzing off late. So good cracker of an answer. Let's go to the next one. What connects these 3 prominent women in the world? So you say they're the iron ladies of the respective countries. That is the right answer. So you have Irom Sharmila, Margaret Thatcher, Muniba Mazari, who is an activist from Pakistan. So shown here is a video featuring Major General Whistler and the 1st Battalion of Somerset Light Infantry, which marks a historic moment in British India. So what historic event are we talking about? So let's just take a look at the video. Okay, let's give someone else a chance. Yes. To withdraw from India, them leaving from India. Can you recognize the monument in the picture? Gateway of India. That is the right answer, and that deserves a huge round of applause and an audience prize. So it's the departure of the British troops from India after independence. With that, it's time to see the scores.
Yeah. So after 2 rounds of quizzing and rather a roller coaster ride of the listed round, we have NLSIU Team 1 presently leading with 80 points, IIT Kharagpur with 50 points, Ramjas College with 30 points, NLSIU Team 2 with 30 points, BITS Pilani Team 2 at 20 points, Campus Law Center with 20 points, NUJS with 40 points, and BITS Pilani Team 1, they've taken a couple of more risk than usual and they are at -10. But don't worry, there are a lot more rounds.